This is the secret. This is the secret. Who's seen this type of diagram before? Yeah, very good. Jennifer, when have you seen this type of diagram?
When we are making choices and each action would have a certain reaction, like if you had a formula of some sort or even a diagram.
Yes.
And then I think that a certain action would require a certain movement.
Yeah, which is called a flowchart, okay? Flowchart, it's exactly what Jennifer said, okay? It's about making decisions, like what do you do when certain things happen, and if you follow the flowchart, it should lead you to a final solution, okay? So just look at those blue diamonds there, okay? What do you think the meaning? What do you think those blue diamonds are trying to do? What's special about those blue diamonds in the context of that whole diagram? Yes, Jack?
It's formed almost like a question, so it's kind of like maybe it's like a rule or something that you're doing to get to, the end of it.
Yeah,
or the end of your trick.
Yeah, it's formed as a question, isn't it? And like Jennifer, what you were saying, if this diagram is going to help you make a decision, there's going to be some questions along the way that you need to answer, right, in order to make a decision, because there's always, questions you need to ponder before you arrive at a certain answer, isn't it? So yeah, it's a question. Perfect, Jack. Can someone see what type of question, what's special about the questions that are being asked? So the first one is saying, repeat 3 times. The second one's saying, is in column 1. That third one is saying, is it in column 2? What type of questions are they? Jennifer,
So it's basically giving you 2 options. If it was true,
yes,
then you would gather the from column 1.
Yes.
So, and then if it was false,
Yes.
then you needed to ask another question. So it's guiding you to a solution.
Yeah, it's guiding you to a solution. And the type of question that you identified was like a yes-no question, wasn't it? It was a true-false question, wasn't it? Ariane, was that what you were going to say?
Yeah, similar, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's depending on the answer, whether you progress or you divert.
Good. And you can see that, can't you? Because it's like, if the answer to the question is like true, then you go this way. If it's not, then you go this way, right? But also to what Jennifer was saying, it's a type of question that's only yes or no. It's only a yes or no type question. And guess what? In all of programming and coding and algorithms, computers can only ask yes or no questions. Okay, cool. All right, so the whole thing, just to kind of wrap things up, this whole thing represents an algorithm, okay? And an algorithm, just like what Luna was saying before, it's a step-by-step set of instructions which a computer can follow to solve a problem. In order for us to give these instructions to the computer, we need to translate it into a language that the computer can understand, okay? It doesn't speak diagrams, it doesn't even speak English, not yet anyway, okay? It can't speak French, right? So all these human languages that we use don't really apply to computers. Computers speak in a programming language, okay? And there's various programming languages that it can understand, right? And so when we actually write the instructions in the programming language, that is called coding, okay? So there's a whole kind of different words there that are all related. So we've got algorithm, which is the step-by-step. We have the programming language, which is what the computer understands. And then when we are coding, we are actually writing those instructions so that the computer can follow it in its programming language, okay? So to tie it back into coding, if you have ever thought about any of these things, all right? So any type of interaction that we have in the world has computers in it. And if you want to be involved in making those things a bit better, the answer to doing all of that is learning to code, because learning to code lets you interact with all of those situations so that you can make a difference and make changes and innovative inventions around those areas. Okay, so that's why we're here today, to learn a little bit more about coding. Okay, in this course, we are going to use Python as the programming language. Okay, so you may think of Python as a snake. The symbol for Python is actually a snake, but it originated from the author loving Monty Python, the British sketch show. Okay, so that's the origin of the language. It looks a little bit like English, okay, so it's a good starting point. There's a lot of code that's already written in Python that other people have written for us, so we can just use it. And it's so popular. It's used in large tech companies around the world. It's used in Amazon, it's used in Facebook, Microsoft, Google, okay, they use Python everywhere. They don't just use Python, they use a variety of different languages, but it is very, very popular indeed, and it's easy to get started.